Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm the PokePro guy, and we are doing another top 10. Now these top 10s are just getting me like crazy. Am I the only one? I must not be. But who's your favorite starter? I have mine, but who would I choose if I had to pick my favorite starter? I thought about that, and I started thinking, and I finally decided I was going to make a top 10 of my favorite starter Pokemon. So, that being said, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share the video. Let's go ahead and get started. Number 10, Treecko. Now, Treecko, I had him only once. I only had Treecko once, and that's when I started my Omega Ruby playthrough, and I like dragon types a lot, so I loved Sceptile's Mega Evolution. But you know, Treecko, it's just, it stands out there to me, but not much as others. I mean, I knew I had to include it in the list because it looks cool to me, but I felt like I would leave it out almost, you know, like I'd feel bad for it, because I do like him. I like him. I mean, I do, a lot. It's just not as much as the others. Number 9, Tepig. Now, the reason I love Tepig so much is because in my first playthrough of Black and White, I chose Tepig. And ever since then, Pokemon has bonded with me. Evolved into a Pignite, and then evolved into an Emboar. But I have more cherished memories with Tepig because it's nostalgic to me, because Black and White was when I first started taking Pokemon serious and actually started really liking it, so Tepig meant a lot to me. And I also remember the Pokemon anime where Ash had his own Tepig. That's one of the other main reasons I like Tepig so much. I've always had a fond heart of Tepig ever since I've seen it. I don't think I've ever not liked Tepig. Number 8, Ralad. Ralad, the main reason I've always liked Ralad is because, well, when I first saw the Alolan starters, when they first debuted, it kind of popped out to me. Just a little bit. It kind of popped out to me. And now I know one of the main reasons he popped out to me is because he doesn't look like a starter to me. He looks more like a Pokemon you would catch in the wild. That's really the only really fond memory I have of it. I've been catching up with the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime, and I haven't really been watching it that much, but, and I like Ash's Ralad. That's kind of cool. That's one of the other main reasons I like Ralad, and, also, I love how it has the flying type already. It's pretty unique in that way because most Pokemon don't already start out with an additional type. They have a type that is added on as they evolve. But no, this Pokemon has a type in the straight beginning. Kind of like how Bulbasaur has poison and grass at the beginning. I just think that stands out to me a lot. Number 7, Torchic. Torchic has always stuck out to me. You know, but the most fond memories I have of it is from Alpha Sapphire. My first playthrough, I chose Torchic. And leveled up, and then I got that Blaziken Knight. Blaziken. And let me tell you, Blaziken destroys with his Mega Evolution. I mean, it was completely awesome. I love Blaziken. I love the way it just looks. I love the way it acts. And it's the original firefighting starter. I mean, I kind of like Import. Yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, I love Chimchar. But, you know, this is where that idea kind of originated. I'm not saying I don't like those Pokemon. I'm saying that if it wasn't for this Pokemon, those Pokemon probably wouldn't have been made. But yeah, it makes me think of nostalgic memories with Torchic and Blaziken, and I still use him on the VGC, and he's still in my Sun copy, my PC. So, yep, I have very fond memories with Torchic. Number 6. Chimchar. Like I said before, I have pretty fond memories of the firefighting types. I most of the time chose my first playthrough fire type, except for Generation 6, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I love Infernape. Infernape just looks so cool and awesome, and I feel like there is something missing with it, and I know what it is. It needs Mega Evolution, Game Freak, and I have a feeling if there is Diamond and Pearl remakes, then I feel like they are going to give them Mega Evolutions, or at least something, like maybe like how they did in Alola, they'll give them variants. No, they won't do that. Probably not. I have a feeling they're going to give them Mega Evolutions, which I cannot wait for that, and I hope it happens because I really want to Mega Evolve my Infernape. Number 5. Bulbasaur. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, that must mean that Charmander and Squirtle are up on this list. Let me go ahead and give you a hint. I didn't even put Charmander and Squirtle on this list because I don't really like them that much. I mean, I'm probably gonna get hated for this, but I don't like them that much. I mean, I have a lot of other favorite starters. Now, and the reason I like Bulbasaur is because, well, in the game, it helps you out the most. The hardest time in the game is probably for me getting through those first 2 gyms, which that's hard and brutal most of the time, especially if you played it more than once. And you're like, oh, I gotta do this all over again, and it's just brutal to me. I mean, and Bulbasaur has always been there to get me through it fast. I mean, yeah, Bulbasaur. Okay, you can pick Squirtle, alright? Okay, alright, it's good against the first gym leader. What about the second? You gonna have a grass starter up your sleeve already? Well, if you have Bulbasaur, you don't even have to worry about that. You can just start training Pokemon and getting them ready for the next gyms and not saying, alright, now you gotta go in the battle right now. There's no rush when you use Bulbasaur. I don't like Venusaur, I don't like Ivysaur. I mean, I don't like the design at all. But it's helpful. It's a good Pokemon to use when you're actually playing the game for real. Number 4. Linton. Linton has a cool design, I think, all the way through. Now, some may argue it looks a little feminine, but I think the Game Freak breaks the barrier with Linton. It's almost like Pikachu. It looks pretty feminine, but it looks kind of masculine, too. I mean, it turns into this big wrestling thing, but it starts out with this little tiny cat. And the cat doesn't look half bad either. So I think that they're doing a good job because they need to make more Pokemon like this. It goes for each size. It goes for each size, you know, like, so dudes and girls like it, which that's what needs to happen more. And Incineroar's Zemu is awesome too. I mean, I love it, and I love how they finally broke the firefighting barrier with this. Now, I just said I do like firefighting types, but still, it's still awesome to see them try to come up with new types. I mean, I know it's not a new type because we've got Houndour way back in the day, but still, it's still pretty cool that they are still trying, to try new things, because I'm pretty sure this is the first time that there's been a Fire Dark starter, which, that's original, and I like that. It does not start out Fire Dark, but it eventually gains the Dark type, and I used it in my first playthrough of Sun, so I have fond memories with it because of that too. Number 3, Froakie. Now, we all know it's true, this Pokemon has gotten a lot of love in recent years because it just looks awesome, and I'm pretty sure it was voted the best starter of the Kalos region, and in my opinion it is. I mean, it looks awesome, it moves well, it has a good moveset. Now, don't even get me started on Ash Greninja. Greninja looks awesome, for one, but two, Ash Greninja just made people like it more, including me. I have my own Ash Greninja in my PC box that I used in the playthrough for Sun, which it was absolutely awesome. The only way to get this Ash Greninja though is to download the Sun and Moon demo and then play that, and then it lets you have the Greninja, which you can send to a Sun copy or Moon. But I sent it to my Sun copy and I had so much fun with that Pokemon. And I had to wait a little. I had to wait till about I had to wait till like Akala Island. But still, it was still fun to use, and I recommend everybody have a Greninja or a Froakie sometime. Number 2, Pikachu. Now I know what some of y'all are saying right now in my face. Pokepro, Pikachu's not a starter. On the contrary, in my opinion it is, because it has its own game where you can play with it as your starter. In my opinion, that's all a Pokemon needs to be, a starter. So I count Yellow as a starter, and I'm not gonna lie, I never evolved my Pikachu. Never. Even when I wanted to evolve it in Pokemon Sun and Moon, I didn't, because I liked Pikachu the way it was. I didn't want to evolve it into Raichu. Now, I am planning to do another playthrough and have an Alolan Raichu, because I just want to see what it's like to have the Electric Psychic, because that sounds awesome. But I have the Ash Hats. Some of them. Ash Hats sounds like a bad word. That's not good. Stay in school, kids. Don't do drugs. Anyway, and yeah, that's really all I can say about Pikachu. I just love it, and the cosplay Pikachu from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was pretty cool too. I have to admit, I like that Pokemon too. There's a lot around this Pokemon. It's very iconic, but still, it still lives in everybody's hearts a little bit. Number 1, Totodile. There are a lot of reasons I like Totodile. One, it's the first ever starter I ever picked, which that's pretty awesome. And two, Relegator looks awesome. I mean, who's gonna deny that? He looks freaking awesome. And he's the first Pokemon I've actually ever fell in love with. You know, if Espeon wasn't my mascot, Feligator or Totodile might have been my mascot. That's how much I love this Pokemon. It is awesome, and I think that everybody should at least have a chance to, train with a Totodile, because Totodile is so much fun to train with. Especially when I played in Soul Silver. Soul Silver, you had him walking around behind you, and it just felt awesome to watch that little Pokemon grow as he got bigger. And I mean, I've just had such great fond memories with that Pokemon. Well, that actually wraps up this video. So, thank you for staying this long and watching. I mean, I know it's not your top 10 favorite starters, it's mine. If you're into that type of stuff, leave a like, subscribe, give me a comment, tell me what your favorite starter Pokemon is. And yeah, train on.